this video, we're going to talk about a pedalboard build I recently did with a technique called Shou Sugi and a few other really interesting and special items that I found on Etsy. So I went to the Wikipedia page for my definition here. Sugi, which I really hope I'm pronouncing right. Sugi is a traditional Japanese method of wood preservation. Yaki means to heat with fire, and sugi is cypress. It's also referred to in the West as burnt timber cladding and also known as Shou Sugi. By slightly charring the surface of the wood without combusting the whole piece, the wood becomes waterproof through the carbonization, and this is more durable. It protects against insects as well as making it fire retardant. So right here I am lightly burning 2x2 furring strips. These are pressure treat furring strips. You can get them at Home Depot. They're about $11, $12. You can get them at Lowe's as well for about an 8-foot length. I got mine at the Habitat Restore, so I think I spent $8 total for 4 8-foot lengths. So this charring process brings out the grain in the furring strips. I like to mention some things you could do that, well, would make your life easier. Number one, put on an N95 mask, because when you're burning these, there's some chemicals that are going to cook off the pressure treat. So we had a pair of those on, myself and Lee Britt, my cameraman. Number two, pick somewhere that's safe to burn. We had a fire extinguisher off to the side, ready to go. I put my pieces upright because it made the torch easier to use, and I leaned them against my fire pit. I also worked on a brick sidewalk, which helped a lot. So you're going to see me burn these, and I had some practice pieces to start on. I didn't do a really deep char because I didn't want to have to go over it with a wire brush or a nylon brush. I just did a very light char, enough to bring out the wood grain. The reason I didn't want to do a deep char is because I've heard that going over it with the nylon brush or the wire brush afterwards can leave mechanical wood gouges. I felt like I could just burn these and probably get a stain on top of it and it would suffice. So we're going to see what that looks like. But basically just kind of use your eye, burn it to what visually appeals to you. Remember to create sections of contrast. Some parts have to be lighter burn and some parts are going to be darker. So you might see me go back over sections or burn more deeply on other areas to bring out contrast in the wood and the grain. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to let some of this footage roll so you can just watch. Also, it's a good idea to wear safety glasses. Gloves are good too. I know I didn't wear them. Just couldn't find them. So I'll have to buy a pair of leather gloves for my next burn project. All right, enjoy the footage. So for the end supports, I lucked out. I found a seller on Etsy called Mark's Garage Designs. This is the only product he sells. He designed and 3D prints end supports for DIY pedalboard projects. This means you can make your pedalboard any length you want. So basically he's selling you the end brackets. And what you'll need is number 8 wood screws. 1 inch long is what he recommends, and washers to finish assembly. Okay, so to get the finish on the board, literally it was Minwax tongue oil finish. You can get that at Home Depot. I then used a pouch of red alcohol soluble dye. You can get these packs from Stuart McDonald. There's medium brown, black. These are color tone alcohol soluble wood stains. Okay, so there are a whole bunch of packs of these, different colors, yellows, blues, reds. So there you go. All I did in my case was I took an empty spaghetti jar and filled it, I think, to about here with tongue oil, and then dumped in most of this packet, really, so I could get a really deep, rich red. And shook it up, made sure the lid was on tight to blend it, let it sit for a while so everything would mix and blend and set up right in the container. And then started applying it to the pedalboard. I think there's about 3 layers of tongue oil on there. Shot of the completed board in sunlight, you can see that the red just really pops. So I was originally going to do blue or purple, but after seeing some other pictures of Shou Sugi, red seemed like a good choice to go with on this board.